Right, we are sat down with Caine. Caine, welcome to Hammerdown 2022. This is your first time at the festival, and also with a refreshed lineup. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So, how have newbies fitted into the band, and has it changed the writing process at all? Has it changed how you guys operate?
Newbie. Ask the new person who's changed the writing
Yeah,
it hasn't changed the writing process yet because we haven't really started to write anything.
Okay.
Because of what we'll get into in a bit is our 3 new releases that we're releasing this year that were written pre-Connor. But obviously from the time we've had Connor in the band, 100% writing process will change.
Sure.
Because of Connor's input, purely because of Connor's input.
Yeah.
We'll still sound like Caine, but a new Caine.
And also we're essentially a COVID band.
Yeah,
Started at the end of 2019. First release came out then, went into lockdown in March, and we've carried on writing all the way through. So historically, we haven't been able to get in a room and jam on songs and work through them. It's all been sending demos to each other and bouncing ideas that way. So now we've actually got the ability to bring ideas to the table in a room and see how that organically changes.
It's a lot more organic, I think.
Yeah.
I'll bring in what?
You bring in your
My style. I'll bring all the these guys.
So I've enjoyed watching Caine grow over the last few years. Personally, I feel like we're getting better and better with the releases as they go.
Thanks, man.
Do you guys share that opinion? Do you feel like the songwriting's getting easier? Do you feel like it's thinking why? Do you agree?
100%. Yeah, 100%. I think something that we decided early on was that we weren't going to do a big bulk release. We weren't going to write an album in one hit and release it in one hit. We were going to write 2 or 3 songs at a time, release those, write 2 or 3 songs, release those, so that you see that journey. A lot of bands, you don't see a journey. They'll release an album and then 2 years later they release another, and you've got point A and you've got point B, you've got nothing in between.
Yeah.
So we wanted people,
singles, you know?
Yeah, we wanted people to see that journey. And I think it's worked, you know. You go to Get Up 42, the first single that we released, a great single, the production was still using the same producer, so it still stands up, but you can definitely hear we've started to kind of find that sound and hone exactly what we want. Whilst also, the first single still sounds exactly like us.
Yeah.
I think our new release is not out yet, but we've just got the master back. And it sounds huge.
Yeah, we're playing it tonight.
Chucking a player tonight.
That's cool. Yeah, because you've got a relatively long set tonight, 35 I believe, 35 minutes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't even know if there's that many songs you have to do 35 minutes, so how much are we squeezing into there? Is there a lot of new tunes?
6 songs, I mean, recently, maybe 7 songs. Recently, we've been playing it quite a short set, so it's sort of 25-minute set. So it's nice to squeeze an extra few songs in that extra 10 minutes.
We got a cheeky cover in the middle.
Which is Earthquake, which we released last year.
Great cover.
Some point between 2019 and now.
So it's really good to have one of the new tracks that's going to be released in a couple of weeks' time, 2 or 3 weeks' time. It's good that we're comfortable with playing that. It's that's going to be exciting. It's nice to squeeze that into the set.
Where do you guys bring your inspiration from? Because obviously, the previous band you were in, Dan, was a very different band to this.
Yeah.
What influences do you bring to the band? What bands influence you? What kind of music?
I think it's an amalgamation. It's exactly what you just said, and it's an amalgamation of all those bands, and especially Connor as well comes into his heavy rock.
I write really heavy stuff,
Dan,
but then also like really groovy stuff as well, like Chad Smith, Chili Peppers. So I love that I can bring that to this band because it's like perfect for our music.
My main influence has always been pop punk. I'm pop punk through and through, and I love the beauty of pop punk is you can kind of do what we're doing. You can pretty much do anything you like with it. You can be as light as you like, you can be as heavy as you like. That's me personally, my influence. And Dan's, like I say, from the Mordecai side, from the heavier sort of,
soulful.
And I think, wanting to do something completely different to what I've done in the past, and I know James has come out with really successful pop punk band, we wanted to wear those influences, but do something that feels different and push the boundaries of what we've done writing-wise. So, you know, I've been looking loads into the new metal stuff and 90s hip-hop and pushing that side of the writing with Caine. James has been pushing the vocals much more on the rap rock side of things as well, and stepping out of some of those comfort zones that we've been used to for the last decade. And it just seems to mould really, really well, where we've not set out to sound like anyone. It's just been we want to wear our influences on our sleeves, and we've been lucky where it's created things like Another Light, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we never went out of our way to sound different, but we have, and it's been completely natural. And we like to think that we're sort of in between the gaps of every other band that are doing, and no disrespect to the other bands, you know, whatever, but we sort of do fit in as the niche of those gaps between the music, and we never actually set out to do that at all. And it's just sort of naturally, like, you know, like Dan says, like my vocals, I used to listen to rap metal and new metal, you know, a lot of years ago, and that influence has just sort of come out in me. And I really enjoy doing it, and it was never intentional, but it sounds natural.
It's a very natural thing.
I mean, that's the way I view Caine. I think none of your songs sound the same, but all of your songs sound like Caine. Right, and I think the way that you bring all those different things together works really well, because everything is a very, very different song. Like Another Light is nothing like Get Up 42, but there seems to be some kind of running themes in there. I don't really know what they are, but they all sound like Caine, which is cool. So
new stuff is like that, but it's also a lot different from
the stuff we've got. But you'll know it's
still Caine.
But that's this band.
So I think we're just going to keep evolving, aren't we? We're just going to keep having singles and just keep evolving year after year.
I mean, we kind of surprised ourselves. We're like, wow, that's you know, it is what it is. You know, we will always write and record. But we'll never set out to sound like, we can't do that because it doesn't sound like Caine. We'll just do it, and it sounds like Caine. It's just one of those things.
That's interesting. So you keep mentioning these singles. Where are we going now? So because I was having this debate with another band earlier on today about the kind of toss-up that bands have to make now between doing a big album and giving people a load of content. I know that's not the goal. We've chosen the single route, so where are we now? When's the next release?
We've got Hey Kid that we're playing today. That's going to be the next release. We don't have a solid date for any of them yet. We're just coming through the end of the process of mastering.
Okay.
Hey Kid, we want to get out as soon as possible. Next month or so.
You heard it here first.
Also, and then we want to try and do, you know, every sort of 8 to 10 weeks we'll chuck another one out. So we'll have 3 releases before the end of this year, and then we will just, you know, reconvene and then work out the release schedule. But we would like to do what we've done historically, which is between 2 and 3 months is have a new track out.
Yeah, sure. So I wanted to ask one last question to yourself, Dan. So obviously last night we wrapped up with Mordecai. You know, we had the final show, that was really great. Emotional evening for sure. So do you think that now that Mordecai's finished, that gives you more of a purpose and a focus on this band, or was that already the case anyway?
Yeah, I'm not the sort of person that can't put 100% into something like this. It's so... I've got an emotional connection with the music that I write and people that I stand on stage with. And so in order for me to do it, I have to do it 100%. Which means that I've been giving 100% to 2 sets for a bit of time. So yes, it does give me some breathing space. But I will probably find something to fill that breathing space with.
Yeah, I'm sure you've done it.
But I've always given Caine 100% since the beginning, and I always will, regardless of what else is going on. It seems that what we're doing at the moment seems to be coming in at the right time, and I think the industry is starting to change where that new metal, alt rock, you know, you look at what Esoterica are doing at the moment, that alt rock, alt metal thing, I think that's what's coming back. And hopefully we are kind of at the beginning of that wave, and we'll ride it as far as we can.
That's awesome. Caine, thank you so much. Really looking forward to the set tonight. Check out Caine's new singles as they come out. You heard it here first. Hopefully, Hey Kid in the next kind of month or so. Thanks guys for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Ben.